There was an article that came out in International Advisor. I thought you would be interested in hearing about. It talked about wealthy tax evaders get more time behind bars. This actually came out in the UK, but it's going to relate to the US because what's happening now is they're stepping up the prison time that people are getting for tax evasion. It matters. The perception that rich people who evade tax only get penalties is increasingly untrue. And what they're doing now in the US is they're stepping up a lot more money to go after tax evaders, not just in the US, they're doing it in the UK, they're doing it all over the world. Also, if you get a chance, if you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 45 days, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here and you get new videos automatically as they come out. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell next to the subscribe button. And I would like to hear from you if you got a question or comment, put it below. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and ask for some help. Now, one of the biggest questions that I've got that comes up is, people using Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, how are they going to end up getting you? Okay, now I did a video on this a while back. One of the things I'm going to tell you folks, it's actually very, very easy to find out if you've spent money on Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, okay? One of the ways they do it is the IRS goes back and they go back to vendors. They don't need to search you out. They don't need to look you out. The easiest way that they do this is they subpoena records from vendors. They usually like to hit, you got to remember there's not a lot of companies that are using Bitcoin for transactions, not now like they'll probably will be in 10 or 15 years. So it's not a huge market the IRS has to go to, whether it's be in the UK, the USA, or whatever. But this is the thing that most people don't realize, okay? They go to these vendors and they go to the ones that they have the best luck with are ones that are selling big ticket items like cars, boats, yachts, things like this. And they'll just subpoena the records and find out, who these people are that have bought. And these companies are going to comply, man, okay? Don't think they won't. They'll turn over the records. And what's going to happen is it's going to it will lead to more issues because it will target you. Then they'll go after you individually. And let me tell you what they will do, okay? Once they start investigating, they'll go through your trash cans, they'll do all kinds of stuff. So by the time you're actually approached, you'll have all kinds of information and investigations against you. This is how it works. And they can literally, with the Patriot Act, they can go in and tap wire lines. Dealing with tax matters, don't think they can't. They can literally tap your lines. They do in the US. And I'm telling you, by the time you find out all this has been going on, man, all crap is going to come down on you. My advice to you is do this, is if you've got crypto and you sell it, report it. I know I'm going to get hate mail from this, but I'm telling you, report it. If you don't like the tax laws, get your ass out. It's that simple, okay? If you're in the US, you're going to have to relinquish, okay? You can get credit on foreign earned income exclusion on earned income, but not investment income, dealing with estates and stuff like this on inheritance taxes. You're going to have to relinquish, okay, your US citizenship. If you're from a high tax country, like other countries that tax worldwide income its residents, you got to break those ties. And legally break the ties to where you don't have the tax on it. I don't understand why people just don't do what I'm telling you, and then you solve a lot of headaches. But this article went on to talk about, it was talking about here is, if you don't pay your taxes, you go directly to jail is what it was talking about. And it blows my mind how I'll give people instructions on this, and then they wait until they get in a lot of trouble, and then they end up contacting us, and it's, this is not the way to do it. You need to do things right and then get away from these problems with, in paying high taxes and not, problems with not reporting your money. And if you got the high taxes, pay it, okay? It might take that to get you stung in your ass to get yourself out, okay? But this is what has to be done. The Revenue and Customs Elite Offshore, which is this article was talking about, International Advisors, corporate and wealthy, also called the OCW unit, secured convictions totaling 67 years of prison time for tax evaders in the 12 months ending 31st of March 2021. Now, you might think this is a low figure. But this doesn't tell you about all the hundreds of people that gave in, threw the towel in, and paid the high taxes and penalties so they wouldn't have to go to prison. Some of them ended up having to do both, okay? The convictions are nearly 3 times higher than in previous years, where prison time totaled 23 years, according to the research by Penset Masons. The law firm said that the increase in custodial sentences is mostly due to HMRC's strategy of using criminal investigations rather than just civil fines to deter ultra high net worth, also called UHNW, and also high net worth, which is called HNW, from evading tax. The OCW unit, part of the Fraud Investigation Service, was set up in 2016 in the aftermath of the Panama Papers scandal to investigate serious non-compliant by businesses and wealthiest taxpayers. Andrew Zachary, partner at Penset Mason, said that HMRC is proving that wealthy tax evaders who engage in deliberate dishonesty at the expense of the taxman don't just get fines, they go to prison. The perception that wealthy people who evade tax only get financial penalties is increasingly untrue. The OCW unit is now regularly completing painstakingly criminal investigations of the most complex and serious forms of tax evasion, resulting in convictions and significant prison time. HMRC's most powerful weapon, they're talking about here, Penset Masons added that the stark increase in prison time for tax evasion is a result of the taxman persuading the UK courts to punish guilty wealthy people with deterrent custodial sentences. Now, the law firm also discovered that the average prison term increased last year to an average of 2 years and 11 months, up from 2 years and 1 month in 2015-2016. You know the thing that blows my mind though, folks? 3 years, 2 years and 11 months is basically 3 years. I mean, think about this. The average person that the government keeps in prison it costs the government about $50,000 a year. So you're looking around $150,000 for 3 years in prison. Now, what floors me is people, the government, taking these people, putting them in prison, they're having to fork out all this tax money to keep them, basically revenue from the government, to keep the person in prison. And so they're losing all this revenue for people they're keeping in prison. To me, it'd be a lot smarter to come out with a flat tax, or even better yet, come out with a St. Kitts tax system where there's no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax, and come out with stamp duties and import duties where people don't even look around. They don't even try to find a way to get around that tax. They don't even think about it. You know, these are the things that I don't understand, why they come out with stupid high taxes, and then they end up coming out with they spend out tons of money chasing the people down, trying to convict them, and then they end up spending $150,000 for 3 years to keep them in prison. Dumb, stupid dumb. But this is the way that government officials think. My suggestion, if you don't like the system, get your ass out, comply with the tax laws, and if you don't like it, then legally relinquish your U.S. citizenship if you're a U.S. citizen. If you're from a high-tax country, folks, detax yourself. Leave that country, be outside long enough to get around the taxes in that country, okay? And do whatever it takes to do it. Get rid of your library cards, your properties, whatever the government says that you're going to have to get rid of to detax yourself, you do it, okay? Don't hang around and get yourself into trouble. 3 years in prison, man, that's a long time in your life, okay? Doesn't make sense to me. But it went on to say, listen to this, it said the current threshold for what's called ultra high net worth people and high net worth individuals to be investigated by the OWC unit is lower than most people think. Okay, now Penset Mason said that anyone with an income over 200,000 pounds, that's roughly about 271,000 US dollars, and in euros it's about 231,802 US dollars, are going to fall within its remit. Now, Saki admitted that, or added that prison sentences are the most powerful weapon that the HMRC's arsenal uses, and they impact not only on the vendor, but their families who have to live with the consequences of convictions, and also often tax assessments and confiscating proceedings. Not only do they punish the most serious tax evaders, they act on as an effective deterrent to many others considering that course. It's not only ultra high net worth individuals who are being investigated by the OCW unit. The 200,000 pound income threshold means that a large number of people are within its purview. Now, high earning white collar professionals who engage in tax evasion should be concerned about the potential of OCW unit investigating them and where they find evidence of dishonesty pursuing a criminal investigation and a custodial sentence. Again, folks, the U.S. government's doing this too. They're adding tons of revenue to go after and to audit you and to investigate you. My suggestion is pay the tax 100% that you're supposed to. If you don't like it, I'm giving you instructions how to do it. Folks, if you want to learn more information on this, hit the subscribe button at the right of your screen right here, and you'll get new videos automatically. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and hit the top bar that says apply with us, fill out the questions, hit that bottom bar that says send it to us. We deal with over 100 countries in citizenship by investment, residency by investment all over the world. And I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.